This is a coral snake inspired segmented bracelet. If you don't have a lathe, you can still make this. If you have trouble making perfect miters, you can make this. I don't have a lathe and my miters for this bracelet were way off, but I'm going to show you how to fix them. You can do this. I've made a handful of bracelets over the years and you can get some really cool looks without fancy miters. None of these have any angle joints other than 90 degrees. I'll tell you more about these at the end of the video, but for now let's get back to the coral snake bracelet. This bangle is made of walnut, padauk, and maple. If you ignore these thin maple strips, this is basically a 12-segment circle. There are some really good online calculators to help you determine what size your segments should be and what angles to cut them. I'll link to the one I used below. Using 12 segments makes the angle fairly easy. It's a nice whole number of 75 degrees. I don't trust my miter gauge to do 75 degrees accurately, so I decided to use two standard drafting triangles on my crosscut sled. And if you set the 45 triangle like this, and the 30-60 like this, you get 45 degrees plus 30 degrees, which is 75 degrees. To start out, I squared up a piece of scrap plywood. And I scribed a line in the general area where I'm going to cut it. Next was to arrange the triangles in that same configuration so I could cut the plywood at 75 degrees. I decided to cut it with just hand pressure on the workpiece, but it started to move right away. That's obviously very unsafe, so I just got out some hot glue and some pocket hole screws and just screwed it straight down to my crosscut sled. I'm overdue for a new crosscut sled anyway. 90 degrees minus 75 degrees is 15 degrees. So if my drafting triangle trick worked, when this piece is laid flat, it should equal 15 degrees. It looks like I nailed it, but trust me, mistakes were made. I tested this setup on some plywood just to see how well it would work. So far so good. Let's just get a rubber band around it. And yeah, that's
really nice.
Alright, we'll fix that later. Let's just start cutting the good stuff. I'm cutting the padauk blank in this orientation because, for strength reasons, I didn't want end grain on the glue joints. However, you can see here on the walnut I didn't really have that option. So on the finished bracelet, the grain pattern alternates between the padauk and the walnut, but most people probably won't even notice. I glued down a little stop block and started cutting the segments. Then I cut the little slivers of maple on my bandsaw. After a quick test fit, it was time to start gluing. But we still have to fix the gaps. And the first step to do that is to take out two of the regular segments and replace them with two segments that are oversized. So we're basically cutting the bracelet right down the middle. And we're going to add two oversized segments to the other side too. Stay with me, this is going to make sense real soon. The segments were not uniform size and thickness, so the glue up got a little slippery and annoying. Live and learn, right? Here you can see all four oversized segments. Obviously at this point we can only make two semicircles instead of the full circle. I marked a line where the oversized pieces should be cut, and using the bandsaw I'm cutting just outside that line. We're going to true up these edges at the table saw, and to make sure it sits safely flat without any wobble, I had to flatten both sides at the sander. And because I just sanded off my lines, I used some extra segments to mark them again. Here's how we're going to fix those miters that we couldn't get right. We're going to cut the final edges at the table saw, and by doing so, those edges will be parallel and coplanar. Now that is
really nice.
Well said, Eddie. And now the last two slivers of maple can be glued on. We can't do the final glue up yet because we still have to mark and cut the inside. And we'll do that at the bandsaw. And now we can glue it together. I used the spindle sander to get the inside just right. Once I got the inside just how I wanted it, I used a compass to draw a consistent outside diameter. I should have set this a little smaller because I think the final bracelet came out a little bit too thick in my opinion. All that's left to do is sanding and shaping, which can definitely take a while. Usually when I finish a bracelet, I sand it at different angles by tilting the table on my sander. These particular species of wood were taking forever to sand this way, so I decided to speed it up with my router. I used the blue tape and superglue method to hold the workpiece firmly to the bench, and that worked really well. I just used a simple chamfer bit to put a chamfer on the inside and outside edge of the bracelet. More sanding and shaping of the outside and the inside. And then hand sanding from 120, 220 to 320. Before we put some finish on the coral snake, let me tell you about those other bracelets I mentioned at the beginning of the video. So this one is actually just pallet wood. It's a bunch of little strips that I had left over from a mirror project I did. I'll link to that video below. But I had a bunch of these wedge-shaped leftovers. So I just stacked them up, a whole bunch of them, glued them together, and then just cut out a circle and sanded it up. And that's all I did for this one. These are Hawaiian koa. There was actually no segments or anything. I just literally cut some circles out of an entire piece of wood, and then I resawed them this way, just so there'd be a matching set. Nothing fancy on those. This one's probably my favorite. I really like this one. This is Bethlehem olive wood. This was made from pen turning blanks that I got at a woodworking show. So I think I got 3 pen blanks and then just cut them up. So I don't know if you can see the seams, but this is 1 pen blank, 2, 3, and 4. And just glued them up, cut it out, and sanded it up. Some really cool grain on that one. And in this one, although it's segments, like I said before, none of these segments are anything other than 90 degrees. So each of those segments is not really a complex miter. The way I did that is I just made from more scraps. So I put some squares like this, and then just put some little strips of maple in between. And then I split it down the middle and just rotated it. Maybe looks like about 180 degrees. Glued it back together, and that's it. So give it a try. You can do this. Back to the coral snake. I don't always put a finish on my bracelets, but when I do, I use food-safe cutting board oil. Because it comes into contact with human skin, I want to make sure it's very, very safe. And that is the no-lathe, segmented, coral snake-inspired wooden bangle bracelet. If you think I've earned it, go ahead and subscribe. Thanks so much for watching, everybody.